Hello. So I wanted to talk to you today about one of my clients who has been working hard for the last sort of 8 to 10 weeks. She sent me a message because she was feeling quite disheartened and a bit frustrated because she wasn't seeing a shift in the scale. But she saw changes in her clothes, so she was down a clothes size. Everything that she owns is bigger on her. She feels good in herself. She feels fit. She feels healthy. She feels motivated. She feels positive. And this is a big thing for this client to feel that way. And I am immensely proud of her because she's stuck with it the whole time and has embraced everything and engaged and reported back. So she has done an amazing job. But she wanted to see some shift in the scales. And I said, there's a difference between weight loss and fat loss. Weight loss is where you're going to stand on the scales and see that number go down. That has no correlation with body fat going down. So when you stand on the scales, you take everything into consideration. So it weighs everything in your body, from the amount of body fat you've got, to the amount of muscle mass you have, to the bones, to the hair, to the eyelashes, to the nails, everything. So there's no sort of distinguishable feature about that. Yeah, it takes everything. Whereas, when you lose weight, you don't really know what you're losing. And it's not going to have, you could lose a stone, but you'll still be the same dress size. Yeah, so you're not going to be changing any shape in your body, or you're not going to be toning in that way. When you take into consideration your measurements, i.e. how your clothes are feeling, and photographs as well, you get a much clearer picture on if you're losing body fat or you're gaining body fat. So when you lose body fat, that's when you're going to see your dress size going down. That's when you're going to see a change in the shape of your body. And if you're doing it properly, that's when you're going to see tone. Yeah. So the shape and tone of your body is going to change when you are reducing body fat and building your lean mass. The reason that you don't see that change in the scale sometimes is because your muscles are being conditioned to hold extra water and extra energy because you're working out. So if you're doing it in a way that you're exercising, as my client has been, then she is conditioning her muscles to prepare for her next workout session. Yeah, she's creating more muscle tone. Now, bear in mind that 1 pound of fat weighs the same as 1 pound of muscle. People say muscle weighs heavier than fat, but a pound is still a pound. The fat mass takes up less space. It's a little bit of a dense tissue. So, and because it holds more than what the fat does, i.e. it holds your carbohydrates and it holds water, then there might not be a shift on the scale. And that's the reason why sometimes you don't see that change in the scale, or as quick a change in the scale as you would like to, or why you might sometimes see an increase in the scale as well. So when you're using exercise as part of it. But if you just wanted to lose weight, you wouldn't have to do the exercise part. But if you're wanting to lose body fat, then that's how you're going to be able to do that. So this is something that I deal with women every day. When they get to this point, oh, well, stuff it. What's the point? My weight hasn't changed. I've done that for 8 weeks. What the hell's the point? And they throw in the towel. Then they're back to square one, or they start something new again on Monday. And that is the problem. Now, if you think about, if you've been doing that for like 4 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, and you've got a goal that you want to reach, maybe it's a dress size, maybe it's a outfit that you're wanting to wear, maybe it's feeling that confident on holiday, fitting into an old pair of jeans or something like that. That's a process. That doesn't happen overnight. So if you were thinking about, if you had any hiccups like that the scale didn't shift, think about if you were running a marathon. If you tripped over and fell, say 10 miles into your marathon, would you start all over again? Probably not. So why, when you've got that sort of journey, can I use that word without making it feel icky? Because it's a process that you have to go through to get to the end result, to get to the end of the marathon, to get into that bikini, to get into that dress or those jeans that you used to wear before you had the kids. That's a process. So if you keep getting to a point and then going back, getting to a point, keep tripping up and going back, you're not going to get there. Having somebody that explains this to you, understanding why this is happening, having somebody who supports you through it, and literally having them in your pocket. So this client messaged me on Friday. I was at a course on Friday, so I actually couldn't reply till I finished, but I got back to her and explained all that, and she replied saying, that all makes sense. So in an instant, she's decided, right, okay, so Pam's explained that to me. That's fine. She's not going to go and order a Chinese and eat a bag of Doritos and 5 cream eggs and then feel crap about herself all weekend. That in itself won't undo all the work that she's done over the last 8 to 10 weeks. But it's not going to help move her forwards either. More of a mindset way. And the thing is, if your mind isn't right and your mind isn't thinking that way, then it's not going to change. So if you relate to this and you feel you need that support and that guidance, that you want somebody to help you over those hurdles to keep you getting to your goal, then drop me a wee message.